so Mariah here. I'm going to do something that's a little bit different, just a little bit. So I want to know who your soulmate is. And I'm actually going to do this, like I said, differently. So there's a her edition and there's a his edition. So if you're watching this, you're currently watching the her edition. When we look at soulmates, there's so many different placements within our natal chart that we want to look at, but we're going to simplify this and kind of use the cheat code method through tarot to find out, your soulmate. So when we look at the women, right? This is the her edition. We want to look at our Jupiter placement. For our males, which I'll have a his edition up, we'll be looking at the moon placement for our men. But again, since you are a woman or you identify with the female energy or feminine energy, we're looking at Jupiter. And Jupiter, the planet, talks all about expansion, philosophy, wisdom, growth, things of that nature, that when we look to our future spouse, right, we look for those certain qualities in our spouse outside of our core values of what we want and need in a partner. But those are the things that really attract us to our husband material or our spouse material, right? Again, it doesn't matter if you're necessarily woman, woman, man, man, but if you're in your female energy and you're wanting a masculine energy, then we need to look at Jupiter. So Jupiter is, if you will, like our husband planet within our natal chart. So there's other things we have to take a look into, which we're not going to get into today, which is 7th house ruler. Also, too, we want to look at like our North Node and Moon conjunction or synastry, how that lines up. We also want to look at, what's the other one? Our Sun and Moon placements, how that synastry lines up as well. So there's multiple things that if you really want to go deep into detail, we would need to look at. But since we're going to generalize this pretty openly, but gets very specific still, we're going to look at our Jupiter placement, and then we're going to go through tarot to nitpick and find who our soulmate is. Now, keep in mind, this is a disclaimer for all of the astrologists, tarot people out there on YouTube, right? Disclaimer, right? I absolutely understand that there are so many different factors that goes into looking at who our soulmate is, but also too, on top of that, you got to understand a soulmate does not mean that this is going to be your end all be all. It does not mean this is the one. Now, can you get married to your soulmate? Can you have a happily ever after with your soulmate? Absolutely. The soulmates that enter into our lives are there for a reason, to help our soul grow, to help us on our soul journey, to help us evolve in this lifetime, right? So we have so many different kinds of soulmates, whether they are lovers, friends, coworkers, things of that nature, that push us along our evolutionary pathway, right? That can also as well change the trajectory of our life and the course, and kind of put us back on track of where we're actually supposed to be going if we have diverted from the course that we're supposed to be on. So for some of you, the soulmate that I may pull, it may be a soulmate in this lifetime for you that is meant to put you back on track to where you're supposed to go, or a soulmate that's meant to change your life, or a soulmate that's meant to cause a deeper understanding or a deeper self-awareness about who you are. And for some of you, it may end up being the soulmate that you do spend the rest of your days with. So you always want to keep that in mind. And I think that's not clarified enough in, certain readings, or, if we look at like astrology videos, things of that nature, the true definition of a soulmate, right? So how we're going to do this is, of course, this is for you Leos. You guys are always my guinea pig if I try out like some form of new content, right? So we're going to do Leo Sun, and then we'll do Aries Jupiter, and then Leo Sun, and then Taurus Jupiter. And we'll go on that route all the way through the 12 signs, and we'll see who your soulmate is. So if you are still watching, keep watching, and I should have some timestamps below. So if you just want to skip after watching this beginning and skip straight to your Leo Sun and then your Jupiter placement, go ahead. There also will be a link in the description box below, as well in the comments, I believe, where you can find out what what placement your Jupiter is in. So if you don't know what, your Jupiter is in, example, mine is in Sagittarius, and right, to understand or to, figure out which pile is, not pile, to figure out which placement is correct for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. So for my Leo Sun, Aries Jupiter. Tell me about my Leo Sun, Aries Jupiter soulmate, Spirit. Aries Sun, Leo Sun, Aries, Jupiter. Tell me about their soulmate, Spirit. Ooh, okay. And those just flipped on out. We have spiritual, mysterious, narcissistic, and intelligent. Okay. Interesting. So I could tell you right off the bat, Leo Sun, Aries, Jupiter. And again, we all have multiple different soulmates that we'll come across in our lifetime, right? So this is just one of your soulmates and what to kind of look out for. So this is somebody that's very spiritual, but not only on that sense, because they may not be as spiritually evolved as you, but this is a spiritual connection. So this is also an indicator that, yes, you are meeting a soulmate. Again, there's other things within the natal chart that you want to look at to really gauge the longevity of this connection. The reason why I'm bringing that up for you specifically with an Aries, Jupiter, Leo Sun, is because we have narcissists here. So this lets me know that whoever the soulmate that will be coming into your life, again, this isn't the only one, but the one we're just highlighting right now, this soulmate that's coming into your life or that'll be in your life, they are here for a spiritual reason, for your own spiritual growth, for your own spiritual lessons and evolution. So the fact that we do have narcissists here, there may be something within yourself where you may be an empath or you tend to attract people with that empath narcissist dynamic, right? Because you may be very giving, you may be very open with your heart, you may be very caring, you may be very loving. And because of that energy, it's attracting that energy to you, but it's in a soulmate form, but it's meant to grow you out of that. It's meant for you to understand and learn the deeper lessons here with mysterious of yourself. Those deeper areas of whether it's trauma that goes back from childhood or even adulthood, those areas within ourselves that we haven't really developed or that may be underdeveloped when it comes to balancing out a relationship or having a healthy dynamic in a relationship, a healthy balanced dynamic with relationships. So I'm kind of curious for you, Leo Sun, Aries, Jupiter, when you assess your prior relationships that you've had, how balanced were they? How healthy were they? Even if on the surface they were pretty good for the most part, what was the dynamic like at the core between you two? Intelligent. I do like intelligent being here because this is somebody that is very wise, but I don't want to say wise because intelligent and wisdom can be two different things. But this is somebody that's smart and this is somebody that knows what they're doing, right? So this narcissistic behavior doesn't mean that they're a narcissist and I'm not diagnosing them as one. But because it is here, this person knows exactly how they're behaving. They know their ways. They know that they can operate a certain way to get what they want, even if it is at the detriment of another person. And again, this soulmate that's coming in doesn't have to be the end all be all, and it doesn't feel like that. Not with this energy here. It feels like this is somebody that's really meant to transform you out of behavioral patterns or ways that you may have allowed in connections, or you may have not known you allowed in connections unconsciously, right? And this person's going to be a mere reflection of you and how you show up and operate in relationships, and the kind of people you choose and the kind of people you deal with. So we have forgive. Forgiveness is a liberating choice. And one more. Leo, Sun, Aries, Jupiter. One more. Guilt. Guilt, shame, deep remorse over past actions and words are hindering this situation. Okay. Bottom of the deck is soul imprints, unresolved wounds, karmic patterns, and inheritances are affecting the situation. So for some of you, Aries, Jupiters, you may know who this person is. This may be somebody that you've already dealt with. For some of you, it may be highlighting a soulmate that you've already experienced or you are currently experiencing. For others of you, this is what's to come. Right? And the thing about this is, because we do have forgive here, doesn't mean we forgive and get back with this person, because again, this is a strong soul, karmic soul lesson here for you and this soulmate. This person came into your life to teach you a strong lesson about certain patterns or unresolved wounds, or again, because we got this narcissist, which lets me know in some degree you are an empath, especially with spiritual here, the type of people we tend to allow in our life or in our corner that aren't the best for us. And all that is truly is to hold up a mirror to you, to have you view and review the way you operate in relationships. Why do you accept certain people into your life? And what do you need to do to change those kind of behaviors or patterns that you may continue to operate in, so that way you no longer have to deal with that going forward, right? Guilt, shame, and remorse guilt, shame, and deep remorse over past actions and words are hindering the situation. So again, for some of you, you've already dealt with this person, or you know who this person is. It's just letting you know that, yes, at times this person may have felt guilty, or yes, they can feel guilty about their actions. Or if you haven't met this person, they know what they're doing with intelligence here, right? So yes, they may behave like a narcissist, but they know what they're doing. May they feel guilty about it or shameful about it? Sure. But do they still proceed to act that way? Absolutely. Right? So it's understanding that, no, we can't change somebody, even though we may want them, or we may love them, or we have this affection for them, or we have this attraction to them that we can't really explain. But those deep attractions that we have for people, those are the strongest lessons that stick with us, and the hardest ones we have to learn. But it is for our soul growth. And again, that's the purpose of a soulmate. It's for our soul growth. It's for our soul evolution. And that's what this person was in your life for, is in your life for, or will be in your life for. So let's just pull out a couple tarot on this, and then we'll wrap up. So Leo, Sun, Aries, Jupiter. Queen of Pentacles, Hierophant in reverse, and the Three of Wands. Yep. Ten of Cups in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so this soulmate is not meant to go the distance for you. So if there's anybody that you're still energetically holding on to, still thinking of, still missing, still longing, not to say that you shouldn't miss them, right? We can't control our feelings or emotions. But if there is the thought of maybe one day, or the potential of, me and this person, from what I'm feeling here, this is not that specific soulmate for you. If you are resonating with this energy, or if you can recall or recollect who this person is, or if you haven't met this person, when you meet them and you start to see certain tendencies of narcissism, again, not diagnosing them as a narcissist, but people can show certain tendencies that are underlying that kind of behavior. Just know that that's not the end-all be-all for you. This is supposed to allow you to grow and understand your core values. What is it that's important for you? Also vetting and assessing people to make sure that they are on the same page, and that you do get fair and proper treatment when it comes to relationships and dynamics. Are we both wanting the same thing? Are we both going in the same pathway? And if not, this person's meant to change the trajectory of your course in life to place you on the pathway of where you're truly supposed to be. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in the upright nurtures everybody in her queendom, right? But in the reverse, she gives that nurturing and that care back to herself. So this energy of the soulmate that you're dealing with, because of the harsh experience you'll deal with this person, is meant to make you go inward to not only nurture yourself, water and tend to your own garden, but also water and tend to other people that have the same core values and same core beliefs as you. When we talk about the long term or the long haul of what it is that I want out of a relationship or a marriage or a partnership, this person can't give you that. Three of Wands, right? You would be waiting forever. And at some point you'll get tired of waiting. And some of you have, right? Some of you, this is like somebody in your past, but this was a significant soulmate for you, and that's why it's still coming up. So Aries, Jupiter, Leo, Sun, this is a soulmate for you. As I know it's not the picture perfect thing of what we want to hear, but this person is going to change the trajectory of your life and of the course that you're on. And that's why it's important for you to know who this is. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you guys so much. All right. So we are on to our Leo, Suns, Taurus, and Jupiter. Let's look at your soulmate. Now keep in mind, soulmates, like I mentioned at the beginning, does not mean this is going to be the end all be all, the one that you spend the rest of your life with. But it does mean that a soulmate, which that could be the case, right, for some of you, not all. But for a larger portion, a soulmate is somebody that comes into our life that's meant to help us grow, that changes at times changes the course of our life, changes the trajectory or the pathway that we're on. This is somebody that is meant to be in our lives for our own soul growth, our own soul evolution, right? So sometimes they come into our life to teach us a lesson, but doesn't mean that they're meant to be there forever. So just keep that in mind, right? So we have beauty, fashion, body art, guilty pleasures. This is such a Taurus energy. What the hell? This is literally a Taurus energy right here. So not bad at all. So this is somebody that is very, I'm getting classy, right? So your soulmate is very classy in nature. Your soulmate is somebody that is elegant. I'm getting more like luxurious. So this is somebody that, you know, likes to wear tailor. And again, we're talking masculine energy here. So I'm just going to speak to it as a man. Even though your soulmate, if you are into women, could be, you know, a woman, but, you know, they carry masculine energy. But this is somebody that would wear like tailored suits and like really nice, you know, loafers or dress shoes, nice cologne. I'm like smelling Tom Ford, fucking sexy. That's what I'm smelling in my literally right now. Or Armani cologne. This is somebody that loves sensual, worldly pleasures. This is somebody that probably has a nice car, drives a nice car. I'm hearing Porsche. Not saying that's going to be for all of you, but this is somebody that does like the finer things in life. And I don't mean in the sense of, you know, in the aspect of everybody's sense of luxury is different, right? Some people can feel like, okay, me going to Home Goods on a Saturday is a luxury. And for me personally, hey, it is, right? Some people may feel like that's a luxury, and some people may feel like shopping at Prada or, you know, Balenciaga or Gucci is a luxury. Your person's on the high end here, Taurus, Jupiter. Your person is the one that, this is somebody that likes to shop designer, that likes to buy high end, that's very much so into the trends or what's going on in society or society standards. This is somebody that holds themselves to a high standard, high regard. Somebody are, so this is somebody that may have tattoos or loves tattoos. Even if they don't have tattoos, they wouldn't be judgmental if you have tattoos. Guilty pleasure. So this is somebody that's very indulgent, somebody that loves to indulge in the senses. This is somebody that loves to indulge in like earthly pleasures, whether it's sex, food, luxury goods. Oh my God, luxury events, galas, things. This is a very high-end energy. This is very like high value energy right here, and skillful. So this may be somebody that's really skillful with their hands, whether they know how to put things together or they're a hard worker, or even if they're skillful in their occupational space. So this is somebody that makes some great money to live this kind of lifestyle that I'm feeling. Because this isn't a cheap lifestyle. This isn't what my version of luxury is going to, you know, Ross. You know, no, this is somebody's version of luxury that is going to, out here in you know, Houston, it's the Galleria, right? Where they got like Saks Fifth Avenue and Louis Vuitton and Chanel. This is that kind of energy here of your soulmate. We have sacred sexuality, red flag, past life soulmate, and we also have true love on the bottom of the deck. This is a divine connection. So this is already highlighting the fact that you two have shared a past life together. So I'm curious if you know anything about your birth chart, your North Node, because your North Node and your moons may be in good synastry, right? But if you don't know anything about like your North Nodes or anything further into your birth chart, don't worry about it. It just highlights that you two do share a past life together. Sacred sexuality talks about this is a connection that has the potential for sacred tantric alchemy. So the Venus-Mars placements, or like Venus-Pluto or Mars-Pluto, may be really strong. It may be in trine, it may be in sextile, it may be in conjunction, meaning that you guys share an eccentric, exciting, really passionate sexual connection that you can't really explain, right? It's like, you know, you can have sex with somebody and it's like, okay, cool, we got to the business of it and that's it. But this is somebody that will like snatch your soul, right? Not to say it lightly, but I really do mean that. This is somebody where once you guys have sex, that term soul tie comes in. It's like you connect with this person. It's like you've known them physically before, they've known you physically before, and it's because you both share a past life together. So the sexual chemistry between you two is on a different level, where it's the type of sex that you've never experienced with anybody before. And I think that's kind of the entryway for you two going forward and going forth in your romantic connection, in your love life. But we have red flag here. Tune into the subtle energy you're receiving about this situation. Listen to the messages from your body. Trust your gut and intuition. So that can go a couple ways. So let's pull some tarot on this and look at it. All right, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, tell me more. For Leo, Sun, Taurus, Jupiter. We got Temperance in reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, and one more. One more for my Leo, Sun, Taurus, Jupiters. Okay. Knight of Cups in reverse, Nine of Swords in the reverse. Okay, cool. So let's get into this 1 second. Okay. So, sorry about that. So immediately what I'm getting is emotional disconnect. So it's really interesting here because it feels like with the soulmate, this is going to teach you in regards to, or even teach them in regards to, it's not just about the money. It's not just about the worldly or earthly pleasures or the sensational pleasures of life. And that's where this red flag is coming in, because it feels like this person is more worldly in regards to their life experiences, their life travels, but also in regards to the senses, right? Good sex, good food, good money, good cars, good cologne, good job. But the emotional depth is lacking with this person. This is somebody, not to say that they're necessarily emotionally closed off, but they're not really in tune with their feminine energy. Queen of Cups in the reverse. They're not really in tune with their feminine energy, and they don't see anything wrong with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. It doesn't bother them that they're not in tune with their feminine energy, because they feel like, well, if I'm living out of my senses or things that bring me pleasure, that's all I really need. The emotional aspect of things, or the, emotional intelligence of the other person, I don't really need to be in tune with that, right? I don't really need to really have that emotional connection. If I can pay for a trip for you, or if I can buy you nice things, or if we can experience things of the senses together, then what else is really needed? So this person is out of balance when it comes to their feminine energy, or really tapping into those emotions in a love connection, or emotions when it comes to experiences in life. There's a disconnect here. There's actually a psychological term for this, and they disassociate. They disassociate a lot. They don't put two and two together. So this soulmate, it's really interesting and unique, because it feels like with this soulmate, Leo, Sun, Taurus, Moon, it's like almost a sense of you having to bring them into their emotional waters, or pull them into their emotional waters. Because with red flag coming up here, that's going to throw you off that, okay, well, we have all of this good sex and these good pleasures and these good senses, but where's the emotional depth? And I know you're not a water sign, you are a fire sign, but still your passions stem from emotion. So you do need that. And this person does have a lot of passion, but it stems from more of an earthly type of element, right? Practicality, stability, things that are more mundane in nature versus emotional. Your passions that are fiery in nature stem from emotion. So there's like a polar opposite effect going on here, and that may throw you off with this red flag, because it almost seems like, well, are you trying to buy my love? Or, do you think just doing X, Y, and Z for me is good enough? No, I need to have some form of emotional bond and connection in this lifetime. You're meant to pull this person into their waters of emotion. Now, again, I know you're fire, but as I said in the example, your passions stem from your emotions. So you still know how to tap in and tune into that watery element. Even if you don't have that, much in your chart, you still know how to tap in. And that's what this person needs. So in this lifetime, you guys come together and you experience so much goodness, so much sensational things, so many things that just fuel and just tingle the senses, even down to the sex, but the emotions lack. So this is what this person is going to teach. You're either going to teach this person, which it feels like you'll be teaching this person this. For some of you, they'll have to teach you this, right? But either way, it's a beautiful connection. And this could be something that could potentially go the distance if we can get this person, whether it's them or you, but I'm just going to say it's them because they're the masculine energy. You're going to have to get them in tune and in touch with their emotions, okay? So I'm going to leave you there. Hopefully that was insightful for you. And on to the next one. All right. So we're on to Leo, Sun, Gemini, Jupiter. So tell me about Leo, Sun, Gemini, Jupiter, Soulmate. Leo, Sun, Gemini, Jupiter. We got guilty pleasures. Leo, Sun, Gemini, Jupiter, Soulmate, healer. Leo, Sun, Gemini. Ooh, way too many. Thank you. Travel and adventure and sexual. Ooh, okay. Interesting. And I say that because there's a card in this deck. Actually, I'll show you if I can find it. Can I find it? Yes. It's called Sacred Sexuality. That's immediately what I see here. Directly looking at these 4 cards, which talks about the potential to have tantric sex, right? If you don't know what tantric sex is, go ahead and look it up. But it's being able to have that deep soul connecting, soul binding sexual experience. And that's what this feels like. This is somebody that brings not only excitement into your life, but their energy is healing through their touch, through the sex, through the senses, through the physical expression. So this is somebody that's very physical in nature. And again, it is sex as one outlet or a funnel, but it also feels, how can I put this? Through hug, through just soft touch, through just holding. There's something very healing about this person's energy. And travel and adventure. So this may be somebody that travels a lot, or you two will travel a lot together. So tell me more about Leo, Sun, Gemini, Jupiter, Soulmate. Thank you. We have attract, completion, fragile heart. So attract, it says, set your intentions high and know you deserve to receive joy, happiness, and love. Completion. And we have fragile heart. You can be vulnerable, trust in this connection. Your fragile heart is safe. Okay, so I will say to you guys, Leo, Sun, Gemini, Moon, you have not met this person yet. Nope. And don't get me wrong, some of our soulmates can have similar qualities or possess similar attributes or characteristics. So sometimes it can feel confusing. Sometimes it can feel like, well, that sounds like the person I've already dealt with, or sounds like somebody I've already experienced, but this doesn't feel like somebody you've experienced before. Not with that completion here. This feels like this connection, this soulmate, comes into your life. And again, soulmates doesn't mean it's the end all be all. A lot of our soulmates are in our lives to help change the trajectory of our lives, to help our soul grow and evolve, things of that nature. So they may be in your life for a season or a lifetime. But this feels like this soulmate enters after some hardship in love or a hardship in a relationship that was truly difficult. And there's a sense of uncomfortability with this person. Not saying that they make you uncomfortable, but because you've been hurt, you may be a bit wary to really open up or show your love or express or emote to this person in a vulnerable way, just because you don't want to get hurt again. But I'll say this to you, especially if you have healed, or if you've done the healing, or if you've been praying or manifesting, or just really trying to set your energy high, set your intentions high, so that way you can attract the right kind of energy. That's when this person comes in. So if you're still in a low vibrational state, you haven't met this person, and this person hasn't came in, your energy and your vibrational state has to be vibrating high. And that's when this person comes into your life. That's when the soulmate comes into your life. Because that at that point, when you're at a new level vibrationally, that's when you can learn the new lessons that this person needs to teach you. But they can't teach you those lessons if you're still at a lower vibrational state. So that's why this comes in at a specific time or a specific point in your life. So tell me more about the soulmate for my Leo Suns, Gemini Moons. Magician in the reverse. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Strength in the reverse. That Magician and the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, with the Hangman right underneath it. Okay. So for a good amount of you, this soulmate will more than likely end in a marriage. or a commitment. I don't want to just throw it right out to marriage, but it will more than likely end in some form of a commitment happening between you two. But I got to start with this Magician because this actually goes back into your energy, Leo, Sun, Gemini, Moon. Make sure, like I said, that you are manifesting correctly and your energy is at a high vibrational state. Because with the Magician is in the reverse, it feels like there's some either lack of hope in love or a lack of belief in love at this point, or you're trying to manifest, but you're manifesting from the incorrect mental state, the incorrect emotional state, the incorrect vibrational state. So make sure you are in alignment with that, because I'm not getting this as your person's energy. This is coming off as yours. Now we got the Eight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles in reverse, and the Strength here. So this is going to be a connection that does take a lot of work between you two. A lot of work between you two before anything gets off the ground. And this is being able to be on the same page with each other, being able to have the same core values, same life plans, same life goals, understanding all of that, and then being able to work towards those things in a daily manner. When I look at the Eight of Pentacles, it always reminds me of two people, even though it's only one person in the card, but it reminds me of two people doing the boring, mundane stuff, right? Like one washes the dishes, the other one cooks the food. Somebody takes out the trash while the other mows the lawn. It's those daily, mundane tasks that we do back and forth with our partner that really starts to build the foundational blocks of a connection, right? The routine, because once all the attraction and the sexual and the passion and the chemistry is all gone, all you got left is the mundane, parts of the relationship, right? The equal work and the effort that we put in, right? The duty, the sense of duty that we have to that other person once all the chemistry is gone. And it feels like this connection is operating backwards, which I kind of like, because it feels like your person is more sexual in nature. They like the senses, they like things like that. And because there's healing work that needs to be done and this person is going to be a healing force in your life, it's like you guys kind of work backwards in this, right? Instead of this person operating out of their natural state of more being heavily sexual focused, they're more so based on, when it comes to you, based on the daily tasks. What do we need to do to build an actual foundation? What needs to be done? This person isn't trying to rush anything with you, knowing to some degree or sense, it could be telepathically, it could be just energetically, that you aren't fully ready yet. There's somebody, I don't care if you say you're ready, you don't feel fully ready here in this energy for me, Gemini, Jupiter. I don't know what's happened in your past or past relationships. You may feel like you're healed. And then once you're faced with that person, that is that right person for you, then you may take a step back and be like, oh, I thought I was ready, but I'm not sure. This person's going to energetically pick up on that. Even if you feel like you're gung-ho and you're showing that you're gung-ho and let's move this forward, they can energetically tell that there's some hesitancy with you. We got fragile heart here. So they're not going to rush anything. They're not going to control the situation with the Strength in the reverse. They're not going to try to be the aggressor or try to push what it is that they want here. They're not going to try and force anything. This is just very mundane. Very mundane. For some of you, this actually may be a soulmate in the workplace. Just for some of you, not all. But with the Hierophant and the Hangman on the bottom of the reverse, the commitment will be delayed, right? But it's not about how quickly we get to the commitment or what time lapse do we get to the commitment, right? How fast. Because this is a soulmate, it's about the lessons that you learn by dealing with this person, right? Grab all of those gems out of the time span that you deal with this person, because that's going to help you on your journey and also on your soul's growth. This isn't like a karmic where you're just going to waste time on a person. No, there's actual lessons you're meant to learn here. So for dealing with this person, with that Hangman there, the universe is intentionally holding off on this connection for you, right? When I said I'm talking about like a commitment, the universe is intentionally holding back you guys getting into a marriage or getting engaged, The universe is intentionally holding that off for you because there's things here that you need to learn from and evolve from first. And again, your energetic and vibrational level needs to increase, so then that way you can move to that next level of marriage or engagement. But right now, the universe is saying, no, we're going to work this backwards. You guys focus on the mundane things first, build that foundational roadmap, and then as you progress, then as your frequency begin to change, then we'll start to open up the doors where you and this person can then go into a commitment if you choose to. Again, you always got free will, so you can say no at any time. But I'm going to leave it there for you, Leo, Sun, Gemini, Moon, and hopefully that was informative. Thanks. Okay, so we are on to Leo, Sun, Cancer, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Cancer, Jupiter. All right, let's see. Leo, Sun, Cancer, Jupiter. Their soulmate. Culinary arts. Spontaneous. Nurture. And one more. Okay, you got an extra one. Water sign and multilingual. Okay. And that's interesting because we're doing Cancer, Jupiter. So more than likely, your spouse, your husband may be a water sign. They may have a water moon, or a water sun, your soulmate. When I see a sign pop out in a specific reading like this, when we're doing like a Leo, Sun, Cancer, Jupiter, and if I get a sign card out, 9 times out of 10 and 10 times out of 9, your soulmate, and again, doesn't mean it has to be the one you spend the rest of your days with, but it does mean that this is somebody that's going to change the trajectory of your life or the path that you're on. This is somebody that's here and meant for your own soul growth and evolution, right? More than likely, they're going to have a water sign, sun, moon, or what's the other one? I can't think of it. Water sign, sun, moon. I would even throw Venus in there as well, right? But specifically a water, sun, or moon, they're going to have that. That's 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 9. So if you deal with somebody and they don't have a water sign, sun, moon, or Venus, then more than likely they may be a different type of, karmic, if you will, partner, whether it's a karmic relationship or, something else. Culinary arts, spontaneous, nurture, and multilingual. So this is somebody that is very well traveled. This is somebody that loves adventure. This is somebody that has traveled around. This is somebody that has experienced a lot of things around the world. Maybe this is somebody from a different culture than you, a different background than you, somebody that has been in different places than you, somebody from a different place than you. But with that nurturer, spontaneous, this is somebody that's really caring, but they always consider your needs. So this may be somebody that one day they may want to go like bungee jumping, and the first person they think about is you, right? So they always keep you in mind when it comes to their spontaneous adventures or things that they want to do. This is somebody that may be a little bit of a daredevil. And culinary arts. So this is a foodie. Maybe this is somebody that is in the culinary arts, or this is somebody that loves to cook. So let's see. Okay. 2 of Swords and one more. 4 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. Not mad at that. And then let me pull from this deck because I kind of went backwards on you guys. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Cancers, Jupiter. So soulmate. Forgive. So imprint. And one last one. Thank you. Red flag. Okay. Gotcha. So we have forgive. Forgiveness is a liberating choice. So imprints, unresolved wounds, karmic patterns, and inheritances are affecting the situation. Red flag. Tune into the subtle energy you're receiving about the situation. Listen to the messages from your body. Trust your gut and intuition. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what this feels like, because this feels like past life energy trickling over into this lifetime. So whoever this is, and there is a card in this deck that says past life, but it does feel like you spent a past life with this person. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in the energy that you guys come into, it's like you resist the connection. Either you resist this connection or they resist this connection. It's like somebody tries to give to the connection and there's a resistance here. It's like there's 2 people and it feels mutual because we got the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. So it's like there's this want for the other person, whether it's mutual or it's on your end or on their end, but it almost feels kind of unrequited. So it's like this person, this goes one or two ways. Either this person comes into your life to kind of expand your horizons on your options or the type of people that you normally go for. Maybe you always went for a certain type, but this person is completely different from your normal type that you go for. And because there's some form of refusal here of this specific type that actually is your soulmate, and you tend to choose a certain type of guy instead, Nine of Pentacles is here. You tend to continue to be single, or you tend to continue to miss out on options that are actually your soulmate, but because they may not fit your typical type or standard, you refuse them, or you reject it, or, you block it off, right? It becomes unrequited, but it keeps you single because why? Your actual soulmate is somebody that's truly different from your normal type, your normal standard, what it is that you want. It's like, and I don't even get these energies as really bad energies. It feels like soul imprints here, which talks about unresolved wounds, karmic patterns, and inheritances. You may have grown up dating a certain type of male, or dating a certain type of guy, or wanting a certain type of guy. Maybe this was, imposed on you by your parents or your upbringing, right? You only date a certain kind of guy that make a certain kind of money, that has a certain kind of job, or you deal with these kind of men that operate in this kind of way, or through your own development, self-development in life. You kind of develop that interest for, I don't know, I'm just going to give an example. You kind of develop the interest for the guy that has a little bit of edge and that's exciting and that is X, Y, and Z and, can be a bit different from what other people may want, but it's the kind of guy that you want. And this is somebody that's polar opposite of that. All right? And again, that's only an example. There needs to be something here when it comes to reevaluating the type of men you choose, because the type of men you choose are not your soulmate, right? They may be karmic partners. You may feel like they're twin flames, but they could potentially be false twin flames. Your actual soulmate is the person that you keep rejecting, or the type of men you keep rejecting, and it's going to keep you in this Nine of Pentacles energy. And there's no basis for this rejection outside of your own belief or want, or your ideal type. Your ideal type, what you think is ideal, is not really ideal for a soulmate or longevity for a relationship. It may be good for the moment, but if you assess the patterns in regards to the type of men that you've picked, how many of those options have worked out, right? And if you're single right now, none of them worked out. So that spirit, and this energy trying to tell you, hey, your actual soulmate is the type of men you keep rejecting or overlooking. And this person is in your life to, again, based off that, because it feels like you may end up trying to reject this energy. And this soulmate is meant to really be that final hay that breaks the straw that breaks the hair, or whatever the saying goes, right? The last hair on the camel's back. That person, that soulmate that's going to enter your life is supposed to be that last piece of hair that breaks the camel's back, that say, you know what? Maybe I am choosing the wrong kind of man. Maybe I am going after the wrong kind of man. Because I don't see this evolving or developing forward, but it does feel like this soulmate comes into your life to be that last, nail in the coffin for you to say, you know what, I think I'm choosing the wrong kind of man. I'm going after the wrong type of man. I need to change the type of man I go after. Because the type of man I keep going after keeps leaving me single. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully that was informative, and on to the next sign. All right, so we're on Leo Sun, Leo Jupiter. Tell me about Leo Sun, Leo Jupiter, soulmate spirit. Thank you. We got non-committal. Leo Sun, Leo Jupiter, soulmate spirit. Faith. Wow, okay. What a contradiction there, but I get what Spirit's trying to say. Way too many. Tell me about Leo Sun, Leo Jupiter, soulmate. Intelligent and sense of humor. Okay. I'm going to show you the bottom of the deck. I haven't showed the bottom of the deck for any of the other signs this far, but we got games. Reason for these two. So, like I said in the beginning, if you saw the beginning, a soulmate doesn't mean it's going to be the one the end all be all, the one that you spend the rest of your life with. For some of you, yes, sure. But a lot of times our soulmates come into our life to change the trajectory of our lives, to put us on the correct course of our path. Also, they come into our life to help our soul grow in the soul evolution, right? So a lot of times our soulmates can be a lot of, good lessons for us, some easy, some hard. Not in the same sense of a karmic, if you will. But I will say, we have soulmates that come into our life for a season and some that come into our lifetime, in our life for a lifetime. So we have lessons of Mars. Tell me more about this soulmate for Leo Sun, Leo, Jupiter. Yep. Okay. So you two are going to go on a merry-go-round. Yep, I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck. We got lessons of Pluto, patterns of control, power, manipulation, and intense push and pull, separation, and then we got new beginnings, letting go, time to move forward, risk and opportunities. You and this person are going to go on a lot of up and downs. We start off with lessons of Mars, right? Purely sexual attraction, fire and passions, run fast and burn fast without other elements. Lessons of Jupiter, align, demonstrate, and express the values and beliefs you have learned about love, be open to new ways. The results are healing and expansion and completion. So this is somebody that is very intelligent, great sense of humor. They're very witty, charming. I think you like their wit. I think you like their intelligence. I think you like their sense of humor, their sense of style, how funny they can be. They kind of get you with their charm, right? But we got non-committal and then faithful. So this is somebody that, a soulmate where you guys start off as like a friends with benefits, or it's a purely sexual connection, or it's just, there's no commitment there, right? This person may not make their intentions clear with games being on the bottom. So you may be thinking that they want something specific and, they're thinking something completely else, but it does start off very sexual in nature. And then it feels like a couple of go-rounds, and I just shuffled 5 of Cups on the bottom. After a couple of go-rounds, then things move towards a more committed state. But it's not without its disappointment and hurt. It's not without its disappointment and hurt. And what this is meant to do for you is to grow you in regards to your intentions and how you vet people and the kind of partnerships and connections that you do want. What's best for you, not to, especially if you are wanting something that is committed and you go along with something that's non-committed. And especially with that purely sexual attraction, and it's very intense. Feelings, as far as women, right, as a feminine energy, our feelings will develop at some point, right? It's inevitable. So you have to learn how to protect your heart and not to give so much of yourself to other people that can only give you a certain portion of themselves. Now, at some point, it looks like it does turn around, but there's going to be lessons that are learned through this non-committal, friends with benefits, just very casual phase. That it is going to hurt you, it's going to disappoint you, it's going to upset you, but it's all meant for your soul growth and lessons. What's on the bottom? Yep. Oh my God. I got to show you what's on the bottom is even more funny than the ones that are on out, Emperor in reverse, Temperance, and the 9 of Cups in reverse. So a very selfish energy. Whoever you're dealing with, your soulmate, whether you know this person or not, because you can already know this person, you may not know this person yet. But it's a very selfish energy. I want things my way. We already have the energy of control and manipulation and power here. Power struggle is the biggest word that comes to mind. This person is trying to do a power play by keeping their emotions at bay and keeping things very sexual in nature, right? Temperance here in the middle, there's a need for healing, not only for yourself, but for this person. Why do we operate out of this psychological state of just sex only, but no emotion, sex only, but no commitment, right? There's some form of balance and healing that needs to not only happen between you and this person, but as individuals. Now, bottom of the deck, we got the Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and the King of Wands. What did I say about this merry-go-round, right? You two merry-go-round in this cycle. And it's meant to be, right? Until you guys learn the lessons in this connection, you two will keep going back and back in circles because of the connection being so intense. You guys may have a really great synastry with Mars and Venus, or Venus and Pluto, or Mars and Pluto. There may be a really strong connection there too, so you may want to look at that if you know more about your birth chart once you meet this person, or if you already know who this person is. Devil underneath that, right? That's that. It's And this is where it becomes unhealthy, right? We start off sexual in nature. We build attachments with people that we have no commitments with. So then you start to get that toxic connection and that possession of power. And then I want you 1 minute and then I don't the next minute. But then I want to come back into your life when I feel like 1 minute because I can't let you go. Spirit's wanting you to understand this pattern so that way you can eliminate this pattern before it begins. We need to start off with being very intentional and vetting the person appropriately so that way we can eliminate having to go through this heartbreak and this heartache and this constant hiccup of I want you, but then you get me on my nerves. I want you, but then you act toxic. I want you and the sex is hot and amazing, but then I can't stand you. It's like a thin line between love and hate. Without any love here. Starting off, it's just sexual and passionate in nature. King and Queen of Wands and the Devil, that's hot. Hangman. You guys go silent again. Ten of Swords in the reverse. You guys revive it again. So I'm already catching, thus far, 1 cycle, 2 cycles, 3 cycles, 4 cycles. And then, I didn't mean to grab this one on the bottom. And then the 2 of Cups. Finally, that commitment, that relationship, that unity we can finally have. So for some of you, you're going to go around about with this person 4 times. Until you get, and if you can get the lesson sooner than later, we can minimize how many times you go in a circle with this person. But I'm counting 4 times thus far. Before we can even get to the 2 of Cups. Right? Before we can even have that love with our soulmate or have that love with the person that we're meant to. So I will tell you this, Leo Sun, Leo Jupiter, nip it in the bud as soon as you can. As soon as you start seeing this non-committal energy, if you don't want to go on that loop of that sexual attraction, push and pull, and then power struggle and power play, and then toxic behavior, and then love and hate and all that great stuff, nip it in the bud. If this person can't commit to you, then don't commit to the sex of it. Don't commit to the act, because the sex is what's going to keep you tied. Because there's too much heat between you and your soulmate. And if you don't want that, if you're not ready for that, if you don't want to deal with the heartbreak of that, because underneath that 2 of Cups, and I put it back underneath the deck, it was the 3 of Swords in the reverse. If you don't want to deal with the heartache of what this connection will bring you, and it's meant to teach you lessons, nip it in the bud early, okay? So that way you guys can speed up this connection and get to the faithful element instead of going round and about in this non-committal energy. So hopefully that was insightful for you guys, and I will leave it there. All right, so who are we on next? Leo, Sun, Virgo, Jupiter. So for my Leo, Suns, Virgo, Jupiters, hopefully you guys are well. Please keep in mind, the soulmate does not mean that this is somebody that's going to be the end-all, be-all, or the one, right? So we have so many different soulmates, and sometimes they come into our life for a season or for a lifetime, but they're here to change, at times, the trajectory of our pathway of our course to put us back on the right track. And they're also here for the evolution of our soul, our soul's growth, our soul's journey, our soul's purpose, right? So we have multilingual healer, screen time, and one more. There's something about Marvel, like the, comics. Or the movies. That's what I'm getting at. Whoever this is may be your soulmate may be a big Marvel fan. There's something just specifically about that. One last one here. Leo, Sun, Virgo, Jupiter. Okay, we got more than what I wanted, but I'll take it. Children, sexual, and ambitious. Okay. So your soulmate may have children. You may end up having children with this person. I don't get this person as childish. Sometimes I can, but I don't get them as childish. Either this is somebody that has children or you will have children with them. They're very ambitious. They feel very balanced, if I'm going to be honest with you. So far, the energy feels very balanced with this person. This person may be, like it says, multilingual, so they may speak multiple languages, or this may be somebody from a different culture, race, creed, background. You guys may have came from different parts of the world. Or, your origins come from different parts of the world. But this is somebody that has a very calm soul. I'm just getting with that healer there, too. I'm just getting a calm spirit, a calm soul. They love, I just heard love. I wanted to say but I just said love. They do love sex. So with sexual, and ambitious right next to each other, this may be somebody that likes to take the initiative to try new things sexually. They may be sexually explorative, you know, curious. They like to peek into new territories when it comes to sex or things that can be done sexually. In screen time, this is somebody that likes to really, they love their senses pleasured, right? So they like a good TV show or a good TV show with a good meal, or they like going to the movies, or, you know, they may have like their sports shows. It's not like me. But they may have like their sports they watch or their favorite teams that they tend to watch. So we have Renew and Adventure, Leo, Sun, Virgo, Jupiter, Sacred Sexuality, and one last one. Okay, we got multiple. Okay. So we have Renew and Adventure, a return of passions and play, community is healing, laughter, travel, and new things can re-spark your love life. Sacred Sexuality, this connection has the potential for sacred tantric alchemy. Parasitic symbiotic, one party benefits while the other is depleted. Energy, support, and empathy are not equal. Give and take needs to become balanced. And we also have past life soulmates. You've had many past lives together. Okay, not really mad at this. I would say specifically because this person has a healing energy, this is going to come towards you. And I know we don't like to be called out on our shortcomings, but Leo, Sun, Virgo, and Jupiter, I got to call you out because I don't think this is your person's energy. This feels like yours. With that parasitic symbiotic, be careful of putting a lot of pressure on this person or being very critical of this person, because it doesn't feel like it's parasitic in the sense of like a toxic behavioral pattern, but it just more so seems like living up to your standards or your wants or your needs, or being on demand, or being prioritized, you know, when you feel like you should be prioritized, or there's something about this person not living up to what you want. And I would have to ask you to assess if your expectations are really based in reality. Do you have your expectations so high that it's hard for the average person to really maintain or to sustain? Just really do a check there, because it feels like this person's energy is in a really good space, but there's a lot of criticism that's placed on this person, and it feels like it's coming from your energy specifically. So I just have to clarify that. Renew and Adventure though, so it feels like there's a lot of fun time. We got ambitious here, sexual, so a lot of sexy time, but also a lot of explorative days and nights and doing things together and experience things together. Sacred Sexuality. So the sexual aspect and component of this connection is really charged, supercharged. So that may be the area within this connection where you realize, wait, I think I've known you before, because with past life soulmates, when you guys experience sex with each other, it will feel like I know this person's body. You know how okay, I don't want to get into detail, but you don't experience this often when it comes to sex, but there's certain people that you will experience in your life when it's just like you don't even have to say anything. You don't have to say any words. You just know their body and they just know yours. And it's just, you flow like rhythm. You flow like the ocean. It's just, you know, it's no awkwardness. It's no moments of hesitation or pause or trying to figure each other out, or do you like this, or do you just know you're so in sync. And again, you may only experience that like 2 to 3 times in life, you know, where it's so in sync sexually that you just know each other, and that's because you both shared a past life together. So let's get some more information on this. 1 second. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Tell me more about Leo, Sun, Virgo, Jupiter's soulmate. Leo, Sun, Virgo, Jupiter's soulmate. Queen of Swords, Hierophant, and one more. One more. Leo, Sun, Virgo, Jupiter's soulmate spirit. Woo! You got the best one. You got the best one. Holy crap. So I'll tell you this. I will tell you this automatically. This is somebody that you will be married to. This, with that Hierophant, you will be married. This is your husband. Ace of Wands, sacred sexuality, sexual, past life. This is somebody that we're not, and I'm not trying to highlight just the sexual aspect of this, because with the Queen of Swords being here and the Three of Cups on the bottom, there is a good balance of like passion and play. Like it says on here, renewal and adventure. There's a good balance of exploring each other, having fun out in the world, but also having fun in the sheets. There's an open line of communication. Both of you are very clear and very intentional with each other. Your core values, your life goals, your plans, everything they're in alignment with each other. So this is a really great soulmate connection. I've had some in other signs that weren't the most balanced, but this is like a good soulmate that you'll end up experiencing, that you will marry. So this isn't necessarily a lesson for you, even though there are lessons you'll learn with any soulmate. But this is one of those soulmates that isn't just in your life for a season. This is actually a soulmate that's in your life for a lifetime. You don't know who this person is. You don't know who this person is, because we got separation on the bottom of the deck. So this is letting me, and underneath that is sacred space. And I'll show you. So this is somebody that you haven't met yet, that Spirit has kept away from you so far. But this is somebody that once you guys connect, especially on the sexual level, it's like, whoa, where did you come from? It will feel like you've known this person before. But it starts, I'm not saying the connection starts off in a sexual manner, but it's like you guys can talk to get to know each other, and it's like, okay, this person is great. We got a lot in common. We got a lot of the same goals. But once you two have sex, that's when it's like, no, I've had sex. There's no way our sexual tension and chemistry and passion can be this dynamic and so in sync. Something's going to feel otherworldly about this. So Leo, Sun, Virgo, Moon. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and get over to Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter. Introvert. Mysterious. Problem solver. This is kind of sexy. Okay, one more. Maybe that's just me into this kind of energy, but it's kind of sexy. So we have introvert, mysterious, problem solver, and light hair. So this person may have light or blonde hair, and if that's not the case, their energy just feels very light. Even though they're introverted, even though they may carry a mysterious demeanor, so they may be more quiet, more pulled back, their energy is just a bit more subtle in nature. They're more of a silent strength, but their energy feels very light. So when I look at light hair, this reminds me of a person kind of like the Fool, right? They don't really carry much baggage with them. They don't really carry much, many issues with them. They just kind of feel light, very light and airy in their energy, not meaning that they are necessarily an air sign, but their energy just feels a bit weightless, right? Problem solver. So this is somebody that is very inquisitive, somebody that has a very sharp mind, somebody that may even use their mind for their occupation, right? Whether it's in the medical field, whether it's in the tech field, whether it's, problem solving, they're in a position where they have to problem solve, right? So really interesting energy. Tell me more about Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter, soulmate. Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter, soulmate. Renew and adventure. Tell me more. Libra, Jupiter, Leo, Sun. New beginnings. Yeah, you don't know this person. So it feels like this person comes in after, a relationship. Doesn't mean that the relationship that you end was a bad one or is a toxic one, but it feels like this is not somebody that you've ever been with before. This is somebody that you've never been in a relationship with before. It's like they bring the spark back into your life, but it kind of goes in a sense of you don't expect it, because their energy is, again, they're a silent strength. So you don't really expect this kind of energy of feeling that renewal in life, in love, and passions, right? This may be somebody that you may kind of overlook to a certain degree. One more. Repression. Someone does not express how they truly feel. Absolutely. So this is somebody in this lifetime with this soulmate. You're meant to help pull this person out of their shell. So for you specifically, Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter, it makes me look at, and if you know anything deeper into astrology about like North Node placements, right? Your North Node and South Node. There may be some form of an alignment with them, because looking at this, it feels like you two were meant to cross paths to help this person come out of their shell. You're meant to help this person really grow and expand into the person that they're meant to be, because they have such a light energy, but they don't really live in that energy, right? So their energy feels very weightless, but they keep it inside. They like to keep themselves internal. And there's something about your energy here, Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter, that's meant to really pull this person out of their shell and really live their authentic self and live their authentic truth loud and unapologetically, right? Doesn't mean that they have to be the most outgoing person in the room, but this person does need to have a little helping hand of being pulled out of their shell. Judgment. Ooh. 5 of Wands. Oh my goodness. One more. So I like that we have Judgment here, because this is letting you know this is a divine connection that was meant to come into your life. This is that connection that is meant to help and cater to your soul growth. And I just saw the Fool. Meant to help and cater to your soul growth and soul journey, but specifically theirs as well. Queen of Pentacles, more than likely this will probably end up being somebody that you do either get into a long-term commitment with, or potentially marriage. I don't see marriage for all of you guys, but I do see a long-term commitment coming out of this connection with this person. 5 of Wands. There may be some disagreements or things that you don't see eye to eye on, and I think that's kind of the conflict of who this person is, because if you are a bit more extroverted in nature and they're more introverted, they do say opposites attract, which I do think will be kind of the attraction between you two. But I think after a while with progression, there's a sense of you wanting this person to come out of their shell a little bit more. You know, be a little more spontaneous, be a little bit more open. Don't be so pulled back and reserved and mysterious. Be a little more, you know, let your light shine a little bit. So I see that being at times kind of the conflict here between you two, but I don't see it necessarily being other people or other situations. But that's what you're meant to be in this person's life for. Because it feels like, again, this is your soulmate, but you're on this person's soulmate's journey to kind of help them. And you're meant to kind of work with them to get them out of their shell and experience life and be more embracive of all what life has to offer, instead of being really pulled back and reserved, right? Whether that's making new connections, networking, expanding, going on new travels, seeing new things of life. Queen of Pentacles here, again, it's just kind of referring back to this turning into like a long-term connection between you and this person. Doesn't necessarily mean marriage, right? But I do see long-term commitment with your soulmate here. So it's not a, whoever this next soulmate is for you that would be coming in, or whoever this person is for you, Leo, Sun, Libra, Jupiter, it's not a toxic connection. It's not a bad connection. It is a connection that is really beautiful. And there are lessons here for you and your person. So let's move over to Leo, Sun, Libra, Scorpio. Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Jupiter. So, Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Jupiter. Please keep in mind, like I said at the beginning, just because we're looking at your soulmate does not mean that this is necessarily the one, does not mean that this is going to be the one that you marry and be with for a lifetime. Sometimes we have soulmates in our life for a season. Sometimes we have them in our life for a lifetime, but our soulmates are meant to be in our life to help us and help our soul grow, help our soul evolve. They're meant to be on our path to help us, you know, either change the trajectory of our life and place us on the correct course, or review things about ourselves that we need to heal or really need to, you know, evolve from. So we have sexual, we have ambitious. Tell me more about Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Jupiter, soulmate. Okay, earth sign, ambitious. One more. Spontaneous. Okay, so really awesome energy here. So somebody that's very, I've been getting the sexual energy too for a lot of your soulmates, and that's one of the main, like, if you will, funnels to really connect soulmate is through sex. That's one of the most powerful ways to connect people just in general, but especially soulmates that have lived past lives together. excuse me, sex is one of the prominent ways to really do so, and that's what we see here. So the sexual intensity, the energy between you two, it's going to be off the charts. Ambitious, this is somebody, I'm getting exhibitionist, right? This is, hey, let's in the forest, or we got a flight to San Francisco, let's get one in on the flight, or we're doing a road trip, let's park the car to the side and get on the, while we're on the road. It's that kind of energy that I'm getting here. But this is also somebody that's very ambitious in their life, very ambitious in their career path. This is somebody with a purpose, with a vision. This is somebody with a plan. This is somebody that wants to lead. Earth sign, of course, so they may have a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn sun. And spontaneous. Again, this is somebody that likes to live life more on the wild side. I don't think they're a wild person, but they like to try new things and be a little bit daring here. So tell me more about Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moons, Soulmate, Spirit. Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Soulmate. We got new beginnings. Okay, so this is somebody that you don't know. Letting go, change, time to move forward, risk and opportunities. So you get this soulmate after a ending from a past soulmate, right? Or a past connection. It could have been a karmic connection or whatever. But this is somebody, nonetheless, this is somebody that you don't know, you've never met yet, you haven't experienced each other yet. We have destiny and divine time, and we have triggers. Emotional baggage is running the show. Retrain the internal so the external can change. So this is a destined soulmate. This is somebody that's meant to cross paths with you. You may end up crossing paths with this person while you're out on the town doing something, whether it's an activity, whether it's some form of an adventure, whether it's in travel. This isn't somebody that you would necessarily meet online. It feels like you guys, and I haven't in the other signs pinpointed where they'll meet their soulmates, because either the energy didn't come up or it wasn't really that important to highlight, but yours is important to highlight. So it feels like in some form of travel or some form of outing, this is how you end up meeting your soulmate. But we do have that triggers card here, so let's look a little further into this. Tell me more. Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Soulmate. Three of Wands in the reverse, yep. Lovers in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Yep. So something has to end before you can get this soulmate. This doesn't feel like it's necessarily talking about the connection between you two. It feels like there's a connection that either you're currently in, Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, or you're still dealing with the lingering energy of it if you are separated. But there is some disconnect that has to happen first before you two can really work on this connection and start to build towards this connection. Three of Wands in the reverse. So if you are single, Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Jupiter, if you are single, that gap is closing. So you'll be meeting this person sooner than later. But if you are not single, you're still with somebody, there is a new soulmate that's going to come in that is really meant for you. But you have to, whatever connection that you're in right now, especially if it's not working out, there's no balance between you two, there's issues, and you're kind of on the borderline or the fence about that connection is going to have to end for this soulmate to come in. Okay? It's not going to come in while you're still dealing with this person. Spirit is keeping this connection away from you, so you're not going to be in that position with, I got two options and I don't know what to choose. If you are in a position where you got two options and you don't know what to choose, neither of those options are this person. Your energy has to be completely clear before this person can come in, and that's why we have in divine time here. But again, if you are single, this person will be coming in shortly because we got the Three of Wands in reverse, which always reminds me of needing to close a gap, right? Closing the gap, no longer having to wait, tired of waiting. That gap is being closed instead of in the upright, waiting for your ships to come in. You don't know when they're going to come in, but you're still waiting. In reverse, you're no longer waiting. So this is somebody that you are going to have a lot of experience with, a lot of adventures with, a great sexual connection with. I'm curious though, because it doesn't tell me necessarily. One more. I want to see if this is for a season or if it's for a lifetime. So is this for a season or a lifetime? Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so it feels like it's for a season. There's lessons that you're going to need to learn from this soulmate as well. Queen of Wands being on the bottom of the deck, very hot and sexual in nature with the passion and with the chemistry, with the energy. But it does feel like with that Queen of Wands in the reverse, there is something that tends to later on within the connection that goes awry, right? And that can be so many different things that can anger you or piss you off. But you won't get this connection until whatever connection you're in is ended, or if you are single, then it'll be coming in shortly. So I'm going to leave it there for you, and thank you. All right. So Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Jupiter. Tell me about their soulmate spirit. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Jupiter. See, sexual keeps coming on out. What is up with you guys? Family and friends. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Jupiter. Quiet time. One more. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Jupiter. Now keep in mind, for soulmates, does not mean your soulmate is the one that you're going to end up with, be all, end all. This is the one that I marry and I stay with for the rest of my life. Soulmates come in so many different shapes and forms. Sometimes they're in our life for a season. Sometimes they're in our life for a lifetime. But I will say, though, no matter what, they are meant to help our soul evolve and grow. And they also can change the trajectory of our life and place us on the course of where we need to be. So keep that in mind, okay? So we have sexual, family and friends, quiet time, and healer. So this is somebody that has a very, I forgot what other placement I said it for, but this is another silent strength. This is another silent strength. This is somebody that may be an actual healer. They could be a massage therapist. They may be a Reiki master. They may be an energy healer. This may be somebody that just has a healing touch, or when they touch you, or when they deal with you, or when they speak to you, or when they talk to you, or when they're in your energy, you just feel a very healing or calm or soothing vibe. This is a very soothing person. Very soothing person. Family and friends, they love their family. They love their friends. They put their family in their friends first and foremost. And sexual. Just like I had to tell Scorpio, Jupiter, and a few of the other signs, a lot of the times we really connect to our soulmates and feel that deep connection is through sex. Sex is one of the most powerful forms that a human can experience. And through sex, that's where we really get to connect with the other person. And that's when this gets triggered for you, is through sex with this person, where it's like, whoa, the sexual experience is unlike any other, or this is something that's very rare. It feels like I already know this person's body without even having to ask this person really what they want or what they into. It's like we connected sexually and we just knew what each other needed. It's that kind of energy. So let's see more here. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Jupiter. Rejection, repression, and one more. One more, Spirit. Acceptance. Okay. So we have rejection. It's not you, so don't reject yourself. Rejection is divine's intervention. Repression, someone does not express how they truly feel. And acceptance, accepting yourself and others as they are, liberates patterns of resistance of flow. So because we have quiet time, healer, this person has more of a pullback energy. You may feel like at times this person is rejecting you, especially if they go hermit, especially if they don't really keep you in the loop about certain things that may be going on with their family and their friends, especially if they don't really express themselves emotionally or verbally. Again, this feels like a silent strength to me, so it feels like this is somebody that was either raised to not really talk about their feelings, or raised to not really express or emote, or to really communicate things that are going on the inside. And I know, because again, this is looking at Jupiter, which is your husband, right? Now, it doesn't mean you'll marry that husband or that Jupiter placement, but it does mean necessarily it's an indicator of your soulmate, right? So generally with males, they tend to be less emotive. They tend to be more logical. They don't really express feelings, right? That's not the manly thing to do, as some or most men were raised. It feels like your person was raised that way, to not really express or emote things or feelings. So that's going to be one of the lessons here of, either accepting the way that this person is and understanding that it's nothing to do with you, but this is just how they are, or being able to work with this person and being able to work, and not saying you're playing therapist, but being able to help this person heal through certain blockages, so that way they are able to now freely communicate things that they may bottle up on the inside that may hurt them or that may hinder them from freely being able to be their authentic self. So tell me more, Spirit. Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Devil, High Priestess. Okay, so your person has secrets. Well, the Devil is here. Secrets can be so many things, right? It could be secret addictions, secret vices, secret issues. It feels more like secret problems, things that they deal with that they're trapped in their mind with. Queen of Swords here in the reverse that they don't speak about and that they don't offer up. Page of Pentacles. So that's going to be a big part of the lesson here for you, Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon. Because this person tends to hold a lot inside that they don't express. A part of them wants to express at times, and the other part, yep. I'll show you all of these on the bottom. High Priestess, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups in the reverse. There's emotional baggage, and that's why I wasn't really sure on this Devil, but it doesn't feel like other women or like sexual, vices and things of that nature. But this person, they don't really know how to express certain things, so they have a lot of emotional baggage from their childhood or upbringing or adult years, teen years, that they hold on the inside that they really don't express, that they juggle at times and go back and forth about, should I say, should I not? And then in the end, they just keep it bottled up, which keeps them attached and chained in their mind. Your purpose for this connection, this soulmate, is you're the healing energy for this person. That's what is coming off. Don't get me wrong. I do think they have a healing energy too. They have a silent strength. But now looking further in the spread, you are the actual healing energy for your soulmate to help them grow out of that mental chain or space or prison that they're in when it comes to not being able to really emote or express or verbally communicate things that's on their mind. You're the healing energy and presence. So you help change the trajectory of this person's life. And on the flip side of that, Scorpio, Jupiter, Leo, Sun, if you deal with repression issues, it's almost the same sense of like a ping pong. Because of you helping them, it also allows you to take a mirror and look at it and see how you've repressed certain things or how you've held back certain things. So it's like you guys are mirroring each other. There's a mirroring effect here going on in the soulmate connection. But the sexual element is how you two bond. And once you bond sexually, you go further deep into it. And that's where you hit a wall with this person, because this person won't express certain things that they're still holding on to. And that's where you have to kind of chisel away, and then they start to chisel away at you because, again, they're mirroring you. So hopefully that gave you some insight on who your soulmate is. And let's go ahead and get over to, that was Scorpio, wasn't it? I think that was Scorpio. Was it? Yes, it was Scorpio. So Sagittarius. Oh my God, was that Sagittarius? Let me check. All right, so we're on to Leo, Sun, Capricorn, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Capricorn, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Capricorn, Jupiter. Tell me about their soulmate. Children. I can never pronounce this word, but it's Carteracy. I can never pronounce it. Let's get two more. Sport and fitness, and one more. Leo, Sun, Capricorn, Jupiter. Dark complexion. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and take a look at this 1 second. Okay, so sorry about that. So we have children, sports, fitness, dark complexion, and I can never say that word. But this talks about like esoteric stuff, right? Being into tarot, fortune telling, things of that nature. So this is somebody that's kind of into, and I always look at this as my taboo card. So this may be somebody that has quite a few different taboos, or they're interested in taboos, right? They may be interested in tarot. They may be interested in fortune telling. They may be interested in spell work or things of that nature. Not saying that they practice it, but they may have had, to a degree, a peek interest in that kind of stuff. This may also be somebody that has children or would like children. This is somebody that's very active, sports and fitness, or this is somebody that loves sports, right? They have their favorite football team, basketball team, baseball team, soccer team, and dark complexion. So either this person will be dark complected in comparison to you. So if you're fair skin, this may be somebody that may be of darker complexion. Even if you guys are of the same race, you may be very fair and they may be more on the olive, like if, for an example, like Italian, but like more olive, you know, golden in tone. If you are of different ethnicities, this may be you being fair and they may be, you know, darker skin, they may be black, or you may be black and they may be fair. There's something in regards to like some form of ethnic differences here. And even if you guys are of the same race, you know, you may be like, if you're black, maybe you're of lighter skin and then they're darker skin. There's something here though of differences. So tell me more about Leo, Sun, Capricorn, Jupiter's soulmate. Lessons of Jupiter: align, demonstrate, and express the values and beliefs you have learned about love. Be open to new ways, and the results are healing and expansion. Unexpected people, events, messages, and travel or situations. And one last one. Dreams. Ooh, it's kind of nice. So I like this, especially with dreams here, because your soulmate is going to come visit you in your, not to sound all sci-fi, but it does feel like, you know, you'll probably have a dream about this person. You may not know what they look like or, you know, features or attributes, but you may energetically feel your soulmate approach you in your dream before meeting this person, because with unexpected here, doesn't feel like you know this person, so it feels like this person comes into your life unexpectedly, maybe at an unexpected time, maybe while you're taking on an adventure, maybe you're getting more into like tarot, or you're getting more into the spiritual realm, maybe you're getting into your fitness regimen or a fitness diet or a fitness plan, and you meet this person at the gym. There's something that you meet this, you know, this isn't somebody you're going to meet online, or this isn't somebody that your friends are going to hook you up with. This is not somebody you're going to meet at work. This is somebody that you're going to meet in regards to like your line of interest, right? And then also too, the beautiful part about this is that you both have the same values and beliefs. So tell me more about Leo, Sun, Capricorn, Jupiter, soulmate. Six of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Strength card. Okay. Beautiful. So we already have the soulmate energy here. It's a really nice energy because it feels very steady. This is, I've had some other signs that, other placements that had, you know, more of a lesson to be learned, but this is actually really sweet. This is one of those soulmates that just warms your heart. You know, you guys can talk about things of the past that you guys have experienced. You guys have a lot in common. You guys share a lot of joys. You guys share a lot of experiences. You guys may also have a lot in common. You know, I don't think there's anything that's off bars for you guys with Strength. I think you guys both feel brave enough and have the courage enough to really express and talk about certain things that you guys are into and things that you like, even the more taboo elements of things that you like. I don't feel like you feel that you have to hold back or not be yourself, especially with your card here, Strength. So you feel like you can be your authentic self with this person. You feel like this person gives you a new level of strength, a new level of courage, a new level of bravery to be more of yourself. And I think that it goes vice versa with that Six of Cups, right? It's a mutual energy. It's a shared energy between the two. So it's like this person gives you courage and bravery, or adds to your already existing courage and bravery, and vice versa. Knight of Swords in the verse, I will say, not really mad at it because it doesn't feel like this moves in quickly. So when I see unexpected Knight of Swords in reverse, this isn't a soulmate that's going to instantly appear in your life or that's going to move into your life very quickly. If we look at the astrological portion of this, we're talking about Jupiter and Capricorn. Jupiter doesn't really do well in Capricorn, right? It does not really do the best in Capricorn. And Capricorn is, I think it is the slowest moving planet. It orbits and does a complete orbit every 29 years. So this isn't a soulmate that you're going to get in your life very quickly. This is not a soulmate that you experience at a young age. This is somebody that you'll experience later on in your life, probably after your first Saturn return. So if you're not of the age of 29, you haven't met this person yet. If you are over the age of 29, then either you will be meeting this person soon or this person should be appearing in your life soon, right? But that's kind of the reward of this. Just because with you meeting this person later on in life, when that does happen, you get like a more calm experience. You get a more balanced experience. Your experience with the soulmate, this specific soulmate, is easy, right? You don't have to go through those hard karmic lessons. You don't have to go through those, not karmic lessons, but you don't have to go through those hard soul growth lessons that have to shape and mold you when you deal with hurt or heartbreak or things of that nature. You don't. This is just, when you think of a soulmate, this is the kind of soulmate you want. It's easy, it's peaceful, we're both evolved, we're both developed, we both have the same beliefs and wants, we're both in alignment. If this is somebody that you want to marry, more than likely they're probably on the same page as you because both of you have shared values and beliefs, right? So this is very simple, it's very easy. I don't see anything hectic with the soulmate connection, but it does feel like you will receive a dream about this person before meeting them. So I'm going to leave that there for you. And on to Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Jupiter. Okay, so Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Jupiter. So I'll tell you, Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Jupiter soulmate does not necessarily mean that this is the end all be all, the one, right? The one that you will marry and spend the rest of your days with. We have so many different soulmates, and you know, a lot of the time our soulmates are either in our life for a season or for a lifetime. Our soulmates are there to help us evolve on a soul level, and they're there for our growth and ascension in this lifetime, okay? So just keep that in mind. So we have quiet time, green thumb, fair complexion, and one last one. Guilty pleasures. Okay. Not bad at all. So this may be somebody that really loves earth. They may be a green thumb, as it says, so they may love to plant or grow their own plants, or they just love nature. This could also be somebody that is very health conscious when it comes to their diet, so they may be like a vegan or a vegetarian. Guilty pleasures here, though. It's kind of funny because I'm not getting it in the sense of sweets, even though there is a cupcake on here, so they may have a little sweet tooth. But they love earthly senses, right? Earthly pleasure. So this may be somebody that loves good food, good sex, good wine, things of that nature. Quiet time and fair complexion. So this may be somebody that tends to be a little bit on the pull back quiet side in their energy. This is somebody that needs to kind of, what is the word I'm trying to find here? They need to pull back their energy to recharge, right? So this may be somebody that kind of goes quiet from time to time to recharge, right? This isn't somebody that's going to be clingy on you or needy on you. This is somebody that's very independent. But when they do go quiet, it's just to recharge their energy. And then we have fair complexion. So this lets me know that this is somebody of fair complexion. So if you're fair, then they may be fair as well. Or if you are of, darker complexion, then this person will be of fair complexion. Even if you guys have the same race, say if you're dark skinned, this may be somebody that's light skinned. Or if you are different races, you may be white in this person, you may be white and this person may be, no, I'm doing it wrong. They may be white and you may be black. That's what I'm trying to say. How the hell did I get that wrong? I don't know. All right, one more for my Leo, Suns, Aquarius, Jupiters. Their soulmate. Leo, Sun. Okay. So we have new beginnings, letting go, change, time to move forward, risk and opportunities, distance. There's too much distance to maintain this connection. Lessons of Pluto. Patterns of control, power, manipulation, and intense push and pull. Attraction, intimacy is not possessive. Bottom of the deck is a stalemate situation. Someone needs to take decisive action. Okay, Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, not Moon, I'm so sorry. Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Jupiter. You're the only sign thus far. The only one left is Pisces. But out of all the other 10 signs, you're the only one that I would have to say you probably already know who the soulmate is. You've already met this person. Now, again, doesn't mean that this is going to be the person that you marry or the person that's meant to be in your life or meant to be in your life for a long time. Even if this person was in your life for a season, or if you got one more season to go around with this person is still hovering in your energy or being picked up on for a reason. Because again, we have multiple soulmates. I could have picked up on another soulmate to come later down the line, but instead, this feels like an energy you already know. Stalemate, this is somebody that you're not talking to. There's distance here. We also have patterns of control, power, manipulation, intense push and pull. So it feels like you and this person have been on go-arounds already. There we go. Bottom of the deck is Temperance and the Three of Wands. Okay. Yeah, you two have been on go-arounds already. Whether it was only one go-around or there's been multiple so far. It feels like there's one more go-around here. We got one more go-around on the cycle. Yep. Yep, we got the Temperance on the bottom, Three of Wands, the Moon, and the Death card. Something that's not over. So even if you and this person are not talking anymore, it's been a distance. I don't care how long the distance has been, if it's 6 months, if it's 5 years. This person's going to pop back up at some point. There is still distance though, so I don't see this person coming around like tomorrow or like next month. It feels like there's still healing energy that needs to happen. In between you two, things still need to be cleared out. Whether you've healed fully from this or they've healed fully from this, there's still some healing energy that needs to happen here. And I don't think you're going to see this person returning. King of Swords lets me know that this was already disintegrated or dissolved. But King of Cups and the Six of Wands. So this person is coming, when they do come back, they're coming back to express their emotions. They're coming back to have some form of victory here with you. Now it's up to you, depending on the lessons that needed to be learned on the first go around with this person. Did you truly learn those lessons? Did you truly learn those lessons? And did this person truly learn those lessons? Because if this person can come back now in the energy of the King of Cups and Six of Wands and eliminate this energy of control, power, and manipulation, and they can actually show an actual change here in progression, then maybe on this new go around things can progress forward because they're still in your energy as your soulmate. Spirit's not letting me pick up on a newer energy for you. All the other ones, I got newer energies. This is a past person for you that you already know. So if they haven't changed here, Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Jupiter, then that's a part of the lesson on needing to keep your space and keep separated from this person. If they have changed, you do have the opportunity for a new beginning with this person if they can show and prove that. But it's only up to that person. Unfortunately, we can't control what other people do. So in the time being, things are still at a stalemate. I would say to you, continue to enjoy your life, enjoy different relationships, enjoy different connections, because this person, this soulmate, won't pass you by because you two still have energy to resolve between you two. So even if you end up moving on, you get married or whatever, this person's still going to pop back up in your life. And at that point, depending on the lessons that needed to be learned, you will either close that door or re-entertain that. And that's completely up to you. So I'm going to leave that there for you. Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. And we are going to go ahead and get over to Leo, Sun, Pisces. Did I say Aquarius, Moon? I'm so sorry. Aquarius, Jupiter. And we're going to go ahead and get over to Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Jupiter. Okay. So, Leo, Sun, Aquarius. Excuse me, Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. Sorry, Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. Tell me about their soulmate. We have Healer, Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. We got Nurturer, Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. Screen time. Oops, way too many. Just one more, Spirit. Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. Air sign. Okay. So we have healer, nurture, screen time, and air sign. Okay, so this person may be a air sign when it comes to their sun or their moon or their Mars. So it could be like a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Mars here. But healer, nurture. So this may be somebody that works like in the medical field. I'm just getting that medical field. They could be a nurse, nurse practitioner, doctor, I don't know, surgeon, who knows, whatever, right? This could also be somebody that's a massage therapist. This could also be somebody that's just good with their hands. And this is somebody that could just really just be a really great person, right? They have a healing energy, a nurturing energy. They're very kind, very compassionate, very sweet. This is somebody that date night. I've gotten screen time a couple times here, but that screen time is reminding me of date night. So this is somebody, a soulmate that really likes to take you out, like to go on dates, would love to take you out on dates. That's how they like to spend their time. So we have forgive, attract, and unexpected. Wow. Okay. So this is really interesting. So forgiveness. Forgiveness is a liberating choice. Attract, set your intentions high and know you deserve to receive love, joy, and happiness. And we also have unexpected. So unexpected people, events, messages, travel, or situations. So really interesting. Let me pull a tarot on this because I'm getting a few different messages. So I want to see how this plays out for you and your soulmate. Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. Last shuffle. Four of Cups, the Magician. One more. Excuse me. Leo, Sun, Pisces, Jupiter. Bottom one. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Alright. I could tell you exactly what this is. And it's interesting here. And the reason I'm saying that, because it feels like you may end up rejecting this person. And I got that from one other placement too. I don't remember what Jupiter placement it was. I think it was Cancer. Yeah. It feels like you are going to, there's a sense of rejection here. And the reason why I say that, because I do see you and your soulmate connecting. Four Cups in the reverse, the Magician. It feels like this is something that you've been manifesting or you've been wanting. But the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. So it may not be in the exact package that you want romantically. It may not be in the right package that you really want romantically. Yeah, there's some form of, top of the deck is the Sun in the reverse, which is your energy. There's some form of disappointment here. It's like you feel the connection with this person. You do. This is what you've been attracting. This is what you've been wanting. But there's some energy of, it's not what I was expecting. It's like you can't help the attraction and the feeling that you have for this person. Possibly, especially with that forgive, for some of you, it may be a past person, and that may be why you're rejecting this. You and, I think it was Aquarius that got a past person. This may end up being a past person that's a soulmate that may try to return, and you may end up turning them away because this is not what you're trying to manifest. You're trying to attract a different soulmate. But this is the soulmate that's coming back. So I would ask you, make sure that your energetic vibration has been raised or has increased since this past connection. Not just doing the mundane daily work to improve yourself so that way you can attract better, but just spiritually, energetically, make sure you're fully in alignment. Make sure you're manifesting correctly and appropriately to attract something that's new, because it does feel like you are calling in a past soulmate, unless you're doing that intentionally. If you're calling in a past soulmate intentionally, then I do see them showing up, but they may not show up in the package of what you're wanting. They still may show up not fully prepared or ready. So you may be calling them in prematurely, you know. If you're not calling in a past soulmate and you're trying to call in a new soulmate, you may not be manifesting it correctly, because I still see a past soulmate popping up unexpectedly. So just keep in mind of that, okay? Because that's what I see coming here. And mind you, we have so many soulmates. But you know, with us having so many soulmates, I could have pulled on a different soulmate energy, but I'm pulling on a past energy for you, so that it lets me know whatever you're trying to attract is still something from the past, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. All right. And that is it.